Villa paid an awful lot of money when he was manager of Aston Villa. Now comes on to haunt his old manager and link up maybe with Niall Quinn. Platt flips it over. Lineker's shot. He hasn't had many opportunities tonight, and that one had to be taken very quickly. Do you think that substitution is going to change anything, or does it just mean more high balls, Trevor?
Well, I think it'd be more high balls, a bit like that one there. Gary Lineker trying to hit the shot on the turn, but O'Leary hustling him, and he couldn't get it on target. But no, Cascarino's outstanding in the air and more dangerous than John Aldridge. So I think Mark Wright, Des Walker will be expecting more of the same.
Ian Wright seems to be preparing. On by Irwin for Ireland. McGrath in there, hooked forward by David Platt. Houghton gets a touch, and now Robson. It's like a bagatelle in there. Forward by McGrath, and there goes Houghton. Ireland actually had 5 in attack for a moment then, but Mark Wright, having a good second half, sorted it out. This is Lee Sharp. Well, that's what he had to do, really. They were pushing him further and further back. Words from Laurie McMenemy to the prospective substitute. O'Leary. Brian Robson won that well, but England are looking for almost the eye of the needle ball through to Lineker, and the Irish are just moving across and cutting off the channel. Kevin Moran, captain for the night, just keeping things secure back there. Is it going to be another 1-1 between these two nations, or is there yet a twist in this match? Des Walker. Houghton. Cascarino will chase across here, but Walker. Then Irwin flags up. Offside. Well, there are 15 minutes left here at Wembley, and it's going to be a chance for Ian Wright of Crystal Palace. He played, of course, against Cameroon last time out. And can he come on and provide the speed or the skill that could turn the match England's way? Shadowing his Liverpool colleague. Oh, goodness me. And it's probably the moment to make the substitution, really. And the man going off is the top England goal scorer, Gary Lineker. 39 goals for England, but playing no further part in this match. Unless they put the wrong number up, and I don't think they did. No, he's off. And he's replaced by Ian Wright. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, an interesting switch. I can't remember last time Gary Lineker would have been taken off like that. It must be purely, as I say, tactical. Ian Wright is more of a dribbler, take people on. Gary Lineker thrives on service, on crosses and through balls, and he hasn't had many of those this evening, to be fair to him.
Here's Ray Houghton for Ireland. It's Paul McGrath. Oh, he's got Irwin round the back here, and the big men in the middle really disappointed with that cross from Dennis Irwin, because that was the classic position to try and put the ball on the head of Cascarino or Quinn. And he won't be pleased with that either.
He's usually such a good crosser of the ball. Dennis Irwin, there's Gary Lineker. Didn't have many chances on goal, and perhaps suffering a bit. Spurs themselves not in the best of form at present, and hasn't had many chances, as I say, this evening to get a bit closer to Bobby Charlton's record.
So the England attack now reads Barnes on the right wing, Beardsley and Ian Wright in the middle, and Sharp on the left wing. Staunton across. Here's Platt. John Barnes. Blocked by McGrath. Houghton. Townsend. McGrath again. Quinn wants it played forward early. Cascarino's with him. And the header from one to the other. This is Cascarino. Oh, and he's got past Mark Wright, and a stretch by Pearce saved England. There was a moment earlier in that where Cascarino looked at the referee as though he felt Wright tried to pull him down. It was an anxious moment, actually, wasn't it?
It was a foul, but the referee played the advantage. But just that stumble when Mark Wright tried to bring Cascarino down enabled Stuart Pearce to get back and make the tackle.
It's a corner to be taken by Sheedy. O'Leary at the near post. That was dangerous too. And England have got some defending to do here because Cascarino and Quinn are waiting to come in from deeper positions. Moran's up there as well. And John Barnes is the player who meets Sheedy's cross. So England have used both their permitted substitutes here. And Graham Taylor has to hope that the men out there now can find a way through. Here's McGrath. But as has happened before in these matches, Ireland still seem to have the territorial advantage deep into the second half. They've certainly regained it anyway. This is Staunton. Over the head of Quinn. Platt for England. Given away. Moran. Back in again towards Quinn. Wright meets him well. Townsend. McGrath. Oh, and Ray Houghton in a good position. And Ireland players all over the pitch, and Jack Charlton on the bench, hold their heads in disbelief. Because Ray Houghton, who scored the goal that beat England when this series started in Stuttgart, was in the clear and through. He was away from the defence, and his right foot, he steered it wide of the post. What an opportunity, and what a let-off for England.
Great knockdown by Cascarino. Again, a clip through by Paul McGrath. He and Townsend have been superb in the central midfield, winning everything. And Ray Houghton running through Graham Taylor, he was very close. It just ended up in the middle of him. He wasn't sure whether to hit with the inside of the foot or the outside. Chose the inside and just skewed it wide. But that was probably the best opportunity of the match so far.
Just under 10 minutes to go, and England escape. Now, can they bounce off that and do something at the other end? Good ball from Pearce to Beardsley. Barnes and Ian Wright waiting in the centre. Barnes. He got away from Staunton there and made a shooting position for himself. And he's not too pleased with his own finish.
I can remember him scoring a goal here at Wembley on the half volley, just about on that edge of the area. It flew in the net, so on that occasion he got underneath it and never threatened with Pat Connor's goal.
I think it was against Uruguay that, as you say, he hooked one in superbly from there. And what would England give to get another one on target now? There's only 9 minutes left, and Irishmen all around Wembley are beginning to think again about a 1-1 draw. But if Ray Houghton had put that ball in the net at the other end, they'd have been thinking about a 2-1 win. Pearce will take the free kick for England. Short, Robson. And again Robson, but neither pass was good enough really by the captain. Cascarino to Quinn. It was Dixon who stepped in. Well, they're booing the pass back, but perhaps that was what Jimmy Hill was saying at half-time. At least you can start again then and hook the ball forward, which Seaman has done, and it's headed out by Moran. Quinn turns. Townsend. Offside flag. Well, it's developed into the sort of grueling, predictable battle that we've seen before between England and the Republic. Barnes heads on. Beardsley looking for Platt. McGrath. he's had some match, and that's one of the reasons why we haven't seen David Platt or Brian Robson make the impact in midfield that you might have expected. Barnes from Beardsley. Pearce. Sharp. Pearce again. And it was Robson who just got his foot in there. And it comes off the head of young Lee Sharp. So, England 1, Republic of Ireland 1. A familiar score. From the 80,000 Wembley crowd. Lifting their voices, but perhaps starting to think now that they're on for another draw between these two nations. But here's Sharp for England. Play on, says the referee. No free kick. Pressing forward, this is Pearce. Moran gets in the way. It was well driven by Pearce, but the Ireland captain there. Beardsley. All England supporters will be hoping that they can just get a break here. Wright's on his way forward. That's Mark Wright I'm talking about. Ian Wright already in there. Barnes on the far side. Platt backing up as Pearce takes the kick. Mark Wright. And it was Sheedy for Ireland. Five minutes to go at Wembley. 1-1. Beardsley. With this group being so tight, anything that happens now could have an influence on who ultimately goes to Sweden. It's crossed in again, and Platt's in there, and Bonner came a long way. And Ireland again covering quickly. This is Staunton now. He got caught actually there by quite a late challenge from Dixon. So it's a free kick to the Republic of Ireland. Quinn and Cascarino up there waiting. Robson. Staunton forward. Cascarino sees his chance to latch onto a loose ball, but I think the referee's he's let it go. He had his arm up as if to say, acknowledging the foul, but letting play go on. Swiss referee, and Ireland have again pushed the play right back down to the England corner flag. In the middle of that was Tony Cascarino, but it was about 3 against 1 there, I think. Here comes Kevin Moran, typically courageous. Cascarino in there again. Driven forward by O'Leary. This is Quinn. What a good turn by Niall.